Which one of these are the toughest football managerial records to beat? Alex Ferguson with 13 Premier Leagues, insane record by the way, like that's crazy. I don't think any manager's ever going to beat that. 13 Prems just from one manager, that's mental. That's basically the club's whole history, basically. When you look at it like that, United have won more Prems with Alex Ferguson than without him, which is actually mental to deep. And then Ancelotti, most UCL wins and most UCL trophies, another mental record. Xabi Alonso, 51 games unbeaten in all competitions, another crazy record again. Pep Guardiola with 4 Premier League titles in a row, mental record. Then of course Zidane, 3 Champions Leagues in a row, another mental record. And the big man himself, Jose Mourinho, 9 years unbeaten at home. I don't see that one getting beaten ever, like never in football history. Like, other ones you're like, okay, 4 Premier Leagues in a row is crazy. I still don't see that getting beaten in a very long time, but I feel like it's possible. Like, same with Pep, if you build a super team, all your money in, do all that stuff. Of course, I'm not taking anything away from Pep. Very good manager, to be honest with you. Not his fault he had to deal with an oil team, but that helped him, of course, with it. It was more difficult to decide than my other one, which had like Messi's 91 goals in a calendar year, Ronaldo 17 in the UCL season, Lewandowski's like 5 in 9 minutes, then Mane's 3 in like 2 minutes and something. I think this one is way harder than that one. Like, that one was a bit debatable and a bit hard to think about, but this one, you don't even know where to start when you look at all these managers' records. Like Xabi Alonso's, it can be done. Of course, I feel like any team, like, not all competitions, it's like any team can do that. So I feel like that would be the least hardest. Again, not discrediting any managers here. I'm just trying to like find them out like as easy as I can. Ancelotti, most UCL wins and most UCL trophies. Of course, with the new UCL format, I feel like that can be done way easier. Of course, people will be like, that can't be beaten because that's the old format. That record holds at the old format. So if it gets beaten in the new format, it doesn't count. But if we're just looking at it this way, that one's lined out. First one that I thought of, like, as soon as I saw this, I thought it was Jose's, because 9 years unbeaten at home. That takes time. That's almost a decade unbeaten at home. Like, that's mental. You got to deep how crazy that stat is. But then when you look at 13 Premier League, like, trophies from one manager, of course, if the manager's there for like 40 years, it's possible, but it's still very difficult. I don't think there's going to be like any one that I can rule out of here. There's 3 UCLs in a row, of course, another crazy one. Like, very possible again, but very difficult. But if I had to like line out 2, I think it would be Alex Ferguson's 13 Prems, then Jose Mourinho's 9 years unbeaten at home. That's when I first saw this. My first thought was that Jose's is the most difficult, because 9 years unbeaten at home is crazy. A decade unbeaten matches at home is just, you got to deep how crazy that is. But if it's not Jose's, then it's definitely Alex Ferguson's. And yeah, all these managers here definitely put up some crazy records that some may not ever get beaten, who knows. Some may take a bit of time to get beaten and eventually will get beaten, but these managers are great. And they've definitely set up records that will last for years, if not forever. Let me know in the comments which one of these you think is the hardest record to beat as a manager.